Salutatorians. Obviously, in no particular order. Lindy Sherman, daughter of Kim and Jeff Sherman. And Zena Fitzgerald, daughter of Sarah Fitzgerald and Tony Plott. Please give them a hand. Congratulations, ladies. The class of 2013 has 5 valedictorians, all of them earning a perfect 4.0 GPA. Valedictorians, when I announce your name, please stand. Parents, when I announce your name, please stand. After all valedictorians are announced, please come forward to the stage to receive your medal. The class of 2013 valedictorians. Nate Marty, son of Molly and Monty Marty. Polly Massey, daughter of Margo and Paul Massey. Tanner Moat, son of Patty and Kevin Moat. Amanda Peter, daughter of Kathy and Ron Peter. And Kyla Rand, daughter of Christine and Ryan Rand. Nate, Polly, Tanner, Amanda, and Kyla, please come forward. Congratulations, Nate, Polly, Tanner, Amanda, and Tyler. Seniors and a panel of alumni select our commencement speakers. It is a special honor to deliver a message to the fellow graduates. Tanner, I've got a few words to say. I'll call you up at the very end, so just have a seat. Tanner Moat, who we've already been introduced to, son of Patty and Kevin Moat, is this afternoon's first student speaker. Tanner may better be known as King Tanner for being elected as homecoming king, or possibly Marty the Mustang for being our mascot during football games. I'm really not sure if Marty's the correct word for He may even be called Drum Major Moat for leading the NBHS band. Tanner has served as a student council member his entire high school career. He's been a valued member of our Sources of Strength program, and he has participated in track, cross country, and choir all 4 years. Also, I was informed by Tanner that he was my favorite student. While that is a debatable statement, we'll we'll roll with it for this afternoon. And it is absolutely my honor to welcome from the class of 2013, Tanner Book.
For various reasons, I have attended all of Mount Vernon High School's graduation ceremonies for the past 4 years. I have listened intently to other class speakers, whimsical stories, memories both happy and sad, and bits of odd wisdom. But one thing has remained the same throughout every single one of these speeches. Themes of remembering the past, preserving the present, and or looking forward to the future. Not trying to be too cliche here, but sadly, this is one of those types of speeches. So sit back, relax, and please bear with me as I recount the past. In 6th grade during gym class, I was surprisingly attacked by a section of falling gym walkers. You heard that correctly, gym walkers. And those suckers were heavy. I remember thinking as this colossal metal structure fell on top of me and I let out a rather feminine scream. Why the hell did I get out of the way? Well, I'm glad I didn't, because it gave me something pretty unique to talk about today. The lockers are a metaphor for life. Yes, it sounds cheesy, and yes, I just need something to talk about up here, but it's completely true. No matter what we've been through during our school careers, no matter how many awards we've been given, or groups we've been involved in, it has all come down to this moment. If you turn around, you can actually see the anxiety that's building in our parents and our grandparents who, as they ready their cameras and their Kleenex and all their pride that they have in us, just wait for their little baby to walk across the stage. That's right. You're going to walk across the stage. Now remember, we're in front of our relatives, our friends, and those kids that we kind of remember from like elementary school, but not really anymore. So don't make a fool of yourselves when you get up here. That's your man. Shake hands with Mr. Brand. Are we really ready for what's on the other side of the stage? Cue lock. Whether we like it or not, life, real life, not this monotonous routine of high school that we've been stuck in for 4 years, is coming at us fast. And whether we like it or not, it's going to hit us with force that we just simply can't avoid. Many of us are going to college next year, others enlisting in the armed forces, and some will be leaving the United States. However, as life is fast approaching and I have a very limited amount of time to talk to you all, here's a bit of generic advice for everyone. Although we're moving on, hold on to the good and bad memories that we've all had here. Each one is a lesson in turn. For example, because of Colin Branding, we know not to attempt to flip off a playground door. It will just lead to a broken arm. And because of Kenny Beaker, we know that even if we fall, we can still get up again. You can't get out of life's way. That 500-pound section of blockers is going to fall on you. But you don't have to succumb to it. Take the initiative to prepare yourself, so that when life falls on you, you don't have to be down so long.
Thank you, my favorite student. Amanda Petrick, daughter of Kathy and Ron Petrick, is an extremely talented and dedicated student. During this past year, Amanda played an important role on our volleyball team, which advanced to the semifinals of the state tournament. She earned 17 Wommack All-Conference honors, as well as being named to the 2012 Academic All-State Volleyball Team. She's very involved in community service, Vacation Bible School, Justice for Our Neighbors, and assisted the Mount Vernon Volleyball Club team this past winter. And in my humble observation, Amanda is one of the few students in this class that treats every single person in our school with kindness and respect. Please give a warm welcome from the class of 2013 to Amanda Petrie.
It was dark at 5:47 in the morning on May 3rd as the Cedar Valley Charter Bus full of about 50 teachers and students made its way to St. Louis. I was on it, driving my friends on a car to Spanish Club field trip. My last field trip as an alternate high school student. The headlights pierced the mist on the roadway and I could hear the faint squeal of the bus accelerating, but the only activity, other than everyone else, was me writing a speech. In those early morning hours, with so many of my classmates surrounding me, I felt a sudden urge to convey what I was feeling at that exact moment, when I had time to reflect on the past 4 years, my next 4 years and a graduation ceremony right around the corner. So I took out a piece of paper and began to write. I have to be honest with you guys. Talking in front of all of you at our very graduation ceremony and trying to put into words the most incredible experience of my life so far had been haunting me, disturbing my sleep and seizing every spare moment. I kept thinking to myself, what am I going to say to all of these people, to these classmates of mine? And the answer kept coming back. I have no idea. And so for probably the first time in my life, I decided best to just shoot from the hip, take a crack at writing that plan. Quite frankly, that inspiration and that feeling I got when I realized that this wasn't something I was doing for a grade or for praise or to check off a list of tasks completed, well, it relaxed me. Shooting from the hip was so much better than trying to formulate some lecture to tell you guys about how great our lives are going to be and how prepared we are for the real world. No one wants to hear that when I write that speech. I just want to talk with you about how fun and meaningful this time I've spent with you has been and how much each one of you rocks. I came here in third grade, scared out of my mind about not knowing what to expect in a strange new place. But Mount Vernon and this class have been incredibly welcoming and amiable. I've made so many friends and learned so much about myself, and I'm unbelievably inspired by you guys. I've seen intense dedication in each of you students who study and push themselves to improve academically, a fantastic choir, speech team, theater groups that devote seemingly innumerable hours to constant practice and rehearsals and performances, athletes who work and sweat to take themselves to greater heights than ever before. I've been absolutely stunned by the creativity pulsing throughout our school, especially what I've seen pouring forth from the art room. Paintings and sculptures with intricate designs and colors, beautiful stained glass pieces patiently soldered together, and ceramics being as lumps of clay on the wheel and being transformed into bowls and vases. I've been pumped up by our spirit, especially during homecoming week when we sport some pretty fantastic outfits during Gender Bender Day and Nerd Day. And I'm inspired by our independence and self-reliance as we strive to be the best we can be. By the fact that our plates are heaped full of things to do, and yet somehow we get it all done. I want to be that person, and hopefully you know who you are in the audience, who works 2 jobs to pay for college, while being an athlete on the court, juggling school and friends, staying up until 3 in the morning to write that honors count paper, and putting in 110%, 110% of the time. We have so many people like this in our class who work tirelessly to be not just good, but profoundly great, and while they may be lacking sleep, they are overflowing with soul and spirit. Standing here before you, not just as your classmate, but as your friend, and thinking about these challenging senioritis-riddled and taxing past couple of months. The unbelievably demanding honors count papers, the calculus, learning on the board, the hype and nervousness about graduation and college applications. And while I believe that most of that is over, I feel this kind of sorrow. I will miss you guys, the awesome people you are, the crazy things you do, and the funny things you say to make me laugh. And it's hard to imagine not seeing you tomorrow or the next day or the next, just like we often so used to doing. High school may be over, we will all go our separate ways and follow different paths, but remember, there's a 5-year reunion and I expect to see you all, so be there.
Mount Vernon High School, and even more so the Mount Vernon District, is fortunate enough to employ outstanding, and I do mean outstanding instructors, who truly care about the academic and the social well-being of each and every one of our students. Mr. Ben Keeper's work certainly fits this description as one of our school's outstanding role models and teachers. At this time, please welcome the student's choice for your keynote speaker, industrial technology instructor, Mr. Ben Keeper.
Good afternoon. Congratulations, class of 2013. You're about ready to finish one of the steps necessary for completing your lifetime goal. Earlier, this has been mentioned before, but I'd like to share it as well. I hope at some point that you offer a thank you to either a family, friend, teacher, whomever, to someone that helped shape and mold you in such an engaging group of young adults. Class, in 2008, I started at Mount Vernon, and I was fortunate enough to teach in the section of exploratory technology. You were in 8th grade at the time, the best terms that I could think of that describe this group are bright, funny, and charismatic. Some of the conversations and moments that we have had, I won't forget, I doubt some of you will either. For instance, Blake and Martin, you may have possibly been the coolest 8th grade student I have ever had. Blakely would come to class chomping on a piece of gum, and she had like this head bob thing going on. She knew she was cool and everybody else did too. But she'd walk into class and she'd say something along the lines like, "Hey, Mr. Peter, how you doing? Pretty good. How's your dog Zeus?" You're like, "He's all right. His name's Zeke." How's your wife Mandy? "Well, my wife Mandy's all right." And she'd go on her way, and conversations like this went on for the following 9 weeks. Class, your freshman year was the first fight I had to break up, and it includes 2 of today's graduates. Class had just started, I had just taken a head count, turned around, was about ready to enter the attendance of the power school, when an outburst of cussing and wrestling broke out. One of the students snuck a snowball into the room, threw it at the other, and it went down from there. I was so upset at that point that discipline could be handled by someone other than me. We were leaving. We were going to the office. I mentioned how this group could be defined as bright, funny, and charismatic. Don't forget the term tactful. If someone is considered tactful, they understand the situation they're in, and they say the right thing at the right moment. So I've got each student on either side of me, and we're on our way to the office. My classroom is in this corner of the building. The office, obviously, you walk past it today. It's on the opposite side, but it's not that far away. And anyway, on our trip, I swear it was like dealing with a couple of attorneys hammering out paper. The entire time I had these 2 pleading with me about determining disciplinary action. In fact, I remember one of them saying, "We don't have to do this, just give us some of the attention and it's going to all over." Class, diligent is another term that can describe this group. And I'd like to share the story from another teacher. It takes us back to when we were in 6th grade. We were moving the library collection from the old middle school to the current middle school. I'd like to share with you because she captures the recollection of the event brilliantly. And this is directly copied and pasted from the email she sent. Yes, the senior class this year was in 6th grade when we moved the old building on 1st Street to the building we're in now. The older grades were assigned tasks moving heavier objects like desks, tables, chairs, etc. The 6th graders, we didn't have 5th graders in middle school at the time, were assigned to move the entire library collection. We didn't realize when we assigned it to them how difficult the task would be. Books are heavy. It was a pretty elaborate process designed to keep the books in order from one building to the other and involved those 4th and 6th graders being lined up like ants moving dirt. They would take a full box from the old middle school, deliver it to the new building, get back on the bus with an empty box, return to the old building, pick up another load of books over and over. They had to stay in line in the same order back and forth so that the books in the boxes would stay in order. It's great if you were next to people you liked, but not if you weren't. Long after all the other grades had finished moving everything else, the 6th grade was still going back and forth between the two buildings, still owning boxes. They worked so hard and really didn't complain. I'll always have a special place in my heart for the class of 2015. Now, class, your work ethic and charisma have won over many. And I hope you continue to work diligently while accomplishing your goals. I'd like you to keep one thing in mind as you continue on your path to success. I hope you recognize that your personal motto or slogan factors into the quality and the quantity of your accomplishments. Now, let me try to explain it properly. I suspect everyone in here, not just graduates, has read or heard something impactful enough to make a personal impression. Often these statements are pulled from books, movies, song lyrics, or even commercial advertisements. These statements are copied and pasted on your email signatures, posted on your Facebook status updates, sometimes tattooed on your body, or even requested for Commencement. In fact, today, seniors, I believe you were responsible for, you had to share some inspirational quote or word to live by to be posted next to your senior photo. And I read through those. They were posted above the drinking fountain out there in the hallway, and they were excellent. They covered a broad spectrum. From Abraham Lincoln's The Best Way to Predict Your Future is Created, Kenny Chesney's song there, Don't Blink, Life Goes Faster Than You Think, and of course, Snapping Necks and Cashing Checks. Class, today I want to share with you 3 more. Number 1, the best time to accomplish your goals is between yesterday and tomorrow. Class, you're 18 years old, just finishing high school, you're about to create your future. I hope you understand just how powerful you are this moment. Your level of ambition and determination is going to be incredibly influential throughout your progression. If your intention is to join the military, I thank you, commend you for your service, and I wish it was a safe and fulfilling experience. If you want to join the workforce, awesome. Take your action and responsibility and get started. If going to college is step number 1, excellent. I hope nothing but the best for you. In any of these situations, you're the one responsible for determining, starting, and finishing your goal. Hanging up your parents' basement or waiting for someone else to develop paperwork without advice. You need to take the initiative. You're in charge now. Number 2, don't give up, don't ever give up. This statement is so simple and has had a tremendous impact that it's covered decades. Sometimes people overthink and try to make even the smallest things incredibly sophisticated. In any case, class, whichever path you decide to take, you're going to run it opposite. And it's easy to quit. It's easy to come up with an excuse, and it's even easier to cast blame on someone or something other than yourself. The class, when you're faced with a hardship or an unforeseen situation comes on, don't quit. Don't stop and try to validate your reasons for settling on an unfinished endeavor. Once you start this, the behavior seems magnified and the results reproduce exponentially. I guarantee at some point you're going to have a bad day or bad days at work. Or score poorly on a college assignment, or your drill sergeant's personality is not going to exude rainbows and sunshine. And you're going to consider giving up. Don't, because today you finished one hurdle. You have completed one of the first steps needed to achieve your goals. Why would you allow a bump in the road for you to return to a home? Number 3, the number of people that attend your funeral depends largely on the weather. Obviously, the author of this cynical statement leaves a meaning of interpretation. Here's my explanation. Keep things in perspective. Your achievement and setbacks are minimal in comparison to the big picture you were part of. By no means am I asking you not to celebrate and share your future triumphs. In fact, I want you to be proud, and I want you to share your success. I want you to exude that beam of confidence that people can recognize without question. But I would like you to keep in mind that somewhere, either near or far away from Mount Vernon, Iowa, the situation is drastically different. People are not as fortunate and may not have the same resources available. In class, I apologize if the last half of this speech came off more of as a sermon and not a promotional, inspirational message. I'm not a fortune teller or a psychic, and I know that I mentioned that I guaranteed some things may happen down the road. Maybe they won't. That would be great if that happened. But at least you've heard it today, in case you haven't heard this from someone else before. My class, Friday afternoon before I headed home, I watched a YouTube video of the commencement speech titled You're Not Special. Another teacher and one of today's graduates told me I should check it out. Throughout the speech, the speaker compares the graduating class to sizable populations. He tears off on a rant about how overinflated grades and watered-down curriculum leads to saturation of awards and undeserved recognition. Then he drops the hammer and he tells the audience that they're not special. Now you have to keep an open mind when you watch this video and understand that he's just trying to keep the graduates level-headed and grounded. At least I hope so. But he's wrong about one thing. Graduates, you are special. You started this process as a blank slate, and today you're going to walk out of here above ground. Everyone's above ground. All work in progress. You have the pieces in place to achieve success, but you may still need some editing and rewrites. All of which are going to require effort and determination on your part. Class, I wish you the best. You're a bright group of young adults, and you started on the right track. You're graduating from one of the best high schools in the state that employs some of the finest instructors and is housed in a caring and embracing community. I've got a good feeling about this group. And again, I wish you nothing but the best. Take care of your great afternoon.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for sharing your thoughts this afternoon.